So this is Marvel Legends Chamber. Found this at Target for $12. It was clearanced out. So a lot of clearance items on Target right now. So just take your pick of the action figure that you want to get at clearance prices. Okay, so just the action figure I was looking for. Something different, something of the non-G.I. Joe variety, something of the non-superhero variety, something that I could change, something that I could tweak. So anatomically speaking, this action figure has very large hands. Then we have very small feet and a head that does not, actually it looks cool but does not articulate very well. It's going to be just left and right motion, just a little bit. But when I purchased this for $12, did I know it? Just taking a look at this action figure, I already knew that there are changes that I have to instill on this action figure, parts that I need to replace and take out. So gun is the head, gun are the large hands, and gun are the sleepers. Take a look at that. So they are not shoes, these are bordering to sleepers. Wow, okay, so these are just the items that you take off the action figure. So let's take a look at the one that is newly built from the base action figure. So why the long coat, I'm going to explain later, but basically let us first do a quick 360 view of this action figure. So without weapons or whatever, just the base action figure, just the build. So something that somehow looks different from the ones that I just mentioned. So changes. So that long coat comes from Nick Fury, Marvel Legends Nick Fury. So the older version of Nick Fury. The handsets that comes from my parts bin. So with the boots or the shoes. So this pair of G.I. Joe Classified Series shoes or foot actually increased the total height of the action figure by 3 centimeters, because if you're going to use this, it's really low riding, so it actually made the length of the leg really short on this action figure. So with those new shoes or foot or boots or whatever, it increased the length of the leg and making the action figure anatomically right. As for the handsets, I think I could still go a little bit smaller on the ones that I already have on right now, because actually the arms are a little bit longer, so I think we need fists on this, or possibly one accessory holding hand and the other one is going to be a fist. But depends on what you want this action figure to be. Now the head unit is going to be Marvel Legends Netflix Punisher. So very simple build. Actually articulation points are still okay on this action figure, even if we have that very thick coat. So that's the reason like why I really like this action figure. So pinless joints on the elbows. We have pin joints on the knee, but they articulate very well. So I already heated up the joints on this action figure, so they are really good to go. So something different, something that is non-caped superhero variety. So what does this figure look like without the long coat? So this is how the action figure looks without the long coat. So let's do a 360 of the base figure. Oh, okay, so actually we could still make those hands a little bit smaller, so the arms won't really be look longer. But with regards to the length of the legs, the boots, G.I. Joe Classified Series somehow already solved that thing, so it's just going to be this With regards to the head, well, if you have a head that is quite smaller than this one, I think that it could also do. But if you have this actually on, then you would need that size of a head, because this thing is going to thicken up the action figure. So just in case you want a Marvel Legends Chamber action figure, then you could still take off that head and put the original head on. So this is how it's going to look. And actually, we could still do one more change on this figure. And I think that a red jacket on this action figure complements that head unit better than the black one. So take a look at this. So that is from the Marvel Legends Thor action figure. I think it's the Ragnarok, yeah, the Thor Ragnarok figure. But for all intents and purpose of this action figure build, it's going to be this. Actually, I already had this in mind when I saw that action figure at Target. I knew I am going to do this kind of kitbash build. Based on the Highlander movie or the Highlander TV series. So it's going to be this. So starting, it's a 1986 film, and I think the TV series was about 1990. Yeah, it's about the clash of immortals, wherein they have to fight each other to gain the power of the other guy to live longer. So sword fights, taking each other's heads off, or whoever wins takes the power and the knowledge and the experience of the other immortal. So this is it. That's the reason why I really like clearance out action figures, is because I could take out action figures, take them apart, and use parts, and not have my conscience really be pricked by the cost of the action figure. Because if ever it was a $50 or a $100, $200 action figure, you just can't take that figure apart to really play with it, because I already had that experience before. I think it's the second time that I purged my action figure collection, because the second time that I really had a large collection of action figures, I was collecting the more expensive stuff, the $50 to $100 to $200, and even the Hot Toys variety, $400 or $450, $500 stuff, and they would really look good, but as to play, it was more eye candy. There was nothing that you could really do to it except to pose it and to take a look at it. But with regards to really doing stuff like what I'm doing right now, creating characters or action figures that I want, I can't do that with the more expensive stuff. So right now, in my fourth time that I'm having quite a good collection, just the ones that I really want, then I could keep action figures stuck just in case they're really good, or I could buy out clearance items and convert them to characters or other possibly superheroes that I have in mind. So just like this, we don't have any Highlander action figure, so I made one for myself. Well, it just so happened that I don't have a head unit that is really proper, so I just have to make do with what I have on hand, but I'm really happy with how it looks right now. So I could do without the sword sheath or with a sword sheath, so I could let him hold on to the scored, or just like this. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.